you have to educate yourself. So a lot of people want the magic button. They want to buy Bitcoin, today, and it's 10x tomorrow. I mean, literally, even now, Bitcoin's exponential asset, but it doesn't go up in a day like that. But that's what people expect. Same thing with real estate or any other business. They want results now. And, what I tell people is you have to become an expert. So if you're just entering a space, you've got to get the knowledge. You need to know your market. You need to know the metrics of your market, the KPIs, all these different things, whatever your industry is, in order to get it done. And then you have to be, willing to take action. And that's the other part too, is that a lot of people want maybe something handed to them, or they want somebody to do it for them. And it just doesn't work that way, right? You can't wake up and stuff's going to fall in your lap. I mean, occasionally for some people that happens, but at the end of the day, you have to, a lot of people think, oh, I got to take massive action to have massive success. And, you really don't. You need to take action. You need to do something every day. You just have to go do it. You have to show up. 90% of the game is just showing up. That's what I've told people my whole career. If you'll just show up, that's 90% of the game. Then the other 10% is that mindset, developing yourself, that relentless pursuit, resourcefulness. That's the biggest thing I tell people is that, I'll get people, and I'm sure you do, they'll reach out to me on social media and say, hey, I want to do X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, hey, go check out my website. I've got courses. I've got a YouTube channel with free information. My courses are very inexpensive. And then if you want coaching, well, that's a whole different level. And then they'll say, what's your website address? It's in my, bio and my information front. All you got to do is scroll up, and they're asking me, what's your website address? Where can I find your YouTube channel? I mean, you have to be resourceful. You have to take initiative. And you have to be, if you want to be successful, you need to be the person that doesn't need to be told where to find something. Yeah. And follow the process, take action, do it, what, like I said, you can't help everybody. You've heard the old, you can't, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. I mean, you can't help everybody. You can't please everybody. And there's some people that just, aren't meant to be. And it's really here at the end of the day, this is what it is. A lot of people want to be rich. A lot of people want to be successful. A lot of people want to invest in real estate. But do you really? I mean, do you really? Because I get people that tell me that all the time. I want to be a developer. Well, do you really? Because if you do, are you willing to do whatever it takes, morally, legally, ethically, to become successful? Are you willing to do the work? You're willing to sacrifice, instead of doing whatever it is that you do when you're not working, and take that extra time and pour into yourself, and not only develop the mindset, but you got to develop the skills, and you've got to learn your craft and become an expert. I mean, that's what it takes. There's no coach in the world that can take somebody who hasn't educated themselves, trained their mindset, and then more importantly, gets up and goes and takes action, and it's that whole, taking the initiative. You got to be a self-starter, self-motivated. You got to take the initiative. And, that's really the key. I mean, at the end of the day, you got to get out of bed, put your feet on the floor, and move forward towards that goal and do something every day. What happens is most people like the idea of achievement, but they don't want to do it. And really what that is resistance. And for anybody listening, here's the big breakthrough for a lot of people. You're going to have resistance in every area of your life. Okay. So when you go to the gym, what are you doing? You're lifting weights. What are you doing? You're putting resistance on your muscles. That hurts, if you do it right, and, it wears you out. But what does it do? It strengthens you. It makes your muscles harder. So when you're, for some people, getting out of bed in the morning is hard. It's that resistance, that you feel because it's painful that makes you say, it's raining outside, it's cloudy, I'm going to roll over and go back to sleep. Instead of understanding what that is and just saying, I'm going to power through it, get up, splash water on my face, get that coffee, and attack the day, and just push through that resistance. If you're a creative, you'll understand what I'm saying. Like writers, they get writer's block. That's creative resistance. That's that thing that's just stopping you. And what you need to do is just punch through it and just forget about what you're working on. Just do something. Just punch through it and start writing, and the rest will come. So you need to understand there's going to be resistance in your life. It's just that natural. If you believe in God, it's that force inside of you, from a faith standpoint, that wants to keep you from your best. So what you got to do is you got to push that away and just keep pushing forward and move through that resistance and take action. Sometimes, so what I'll say is, it doesn't always have to be that way. It doesn't always have to be, it doesn't work, everything goes wrong. And then, that's what builds. That's if you don't have the right information and surround yourself with the right people. If you try to take it on yourself and you're like, you know what, I don't need anybody. I'm just going to, I watched a couple of YouTube videos. I can do this. That ain't the way to do it. It can go perfectly well from the start, and you can hit it out of the park. And generally that's what I experience with my clients, because I put them on the right track. I make sure they have the right information. If they don't have it, I say, go get this. When you get done with that, let me know. Then we'll go, you got to make sure you got the right foundation. It's like if you're building a house, you start with a blueprint. You don't go order lumber from the job site, say, I want to build a house, give me a pile of lumber, give me a bunch of nails, and then you go start building without a blueprint. Okay, that's when everything goes wrong. When what you're saying, the door's over here, but you're going through the window. But if you start with that blueprint and you spend the right amount of time, it's not just the blueprint, but you need to have the right amount of time and detail spent in the blueprint, right? Good plan, good start, good finish. In construction, we have a saying, good start, good finish, and it's all about the plans. The more detail that you have in those plans and the better laid out it is, the more you're going to be able to execute on that. So that's what happens with a lot of people. Number one, you don't have the right information. You don't surround yourself with the right people. You think you can do it all yourself. You try to do it all yourself, which that's ego and pride. And those are the things that can get away and sabotage you to where you're just running here and just beating this wall down, and the door's over here the whole time and you just completely miss it because you're not open to it.